We're here to bring a new type of news show.
New insight, new style, and new topics every day.
We are News Generation.
Bringing news just for you. It's Monday, April 14th here in Seoul. I'm Song Yoo-jin, and you're joining us on News Generation. Joining us today is Ki Kim.
Happy Monday!
Happy Monday, and Im Sang-young.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Now, both are here to speak on behalf of those in their 20s and 30s. Monday means it's time to dive into topics trending among young people here in South Korea. And last week on News Gen, we talked about how many Gen Zers and millennials are turning to AI chatbots for emotional support. But what's really taken the spotlight lately is a more creative and colorful use of AI, and that is generating animation-style portraits thanks to the latest update from OpenAI's ChatGPT. And people are also uploading their pictures to AI tools to generate images of pocket-sized dolls and action figures of themselves. So starting off our discussion today, how big would you say this AI-generated image trend has become?
So OpenAI showcased a new image feature, image generating feature in the new version of ChatGPT 4.0 on the 25th of last month. It has become a massive hit. This image generating feature can create an image to a certain style of an artist or a production, animation production. Since the feature has been released, although the users who use the free version of ChatGPT can create only up to 3 images per day, there were about 700 million images created within just a week. Also, the service saw an increase of 1.5 million users compared to the end of last year before the image creating service was released. So it definitely helped the boost of the users.
And indeed, and among these different animation styles that ChatGPT offers to its users, one animation studio's style really stood out and hit big among users, right, Sang-young?
Yeah, so as you can see here on the screen right now, one of the most popular art trends lately has been definitely the Ghiblii style. Even OpenAI CEO Sam Altman posted a Ghiblii style portrait of himself on X. The Indian government joined in too, uploading a Ghiblii style illustration of their prime minister meeting with President Donald Trump and French President Macron on their official X account. In Korea, several celebrities also jumped on the trend, and they also posted the Ghibliified version of their photos on their social account.
So many have jumped onto this bandwagon,
Right.
starting from the boss of ChatGPT, government officials, and also celebrities. Now, this might be quite of an obvious question, but have you tried creating these whimsical images of yourself as well?
Of course, because I try to follow the latest trend. Although it didn't look exactly like me, I love this feature. But obviously, OpenAI's ChatGPT doesn't like me because it doesn't look exactly like me, or it hates me. Either way, that's me on the screen.
Really?
That actually looks not bad, but the one on the left is me and my son.
really?
You can see the quite difference in there. So there are also various other ways of using ChatGPT. Just the famous Ghiblii style. You can see that's the second floor of Arirang. But you can create your own toy figure just like that, or a short video. A friend of mine who uses the pro version even created a webtoon or a short clip or a movie out of AI, and it was pretty good quality. It's just like a professional made movies. So it was just amazing how AI can come up with those high quality and yet stylish video and its images.
Right. So first of all, thank you for creating those images for our show and sharing them with our
Yes,
viewers.
it was for my own purpose, but I decided to share with News Generation because it's my home.
Wow, so touching. Now, Sang-young, then have you also tried creating these various animated versions of yourself?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, no, and I haven't actually created the Ghiblii style. But I do have the subscribed version of ChatGPT, so my friends and families around me ask me to change their photos into Ghiblii style. So I instantly thought of maybe making money with this trend. Maybe like charging $3 for photo.
What a
Just kidding.
smart business idea.
Yeah, but just kidding. Just kidding. I don't want to steal the idea of the Ghiblii studio because I don't like the actual idea of violating the copyrights. And in fact, I've heard that Miyazaki Hayao, the founder of the studio, expressed concerns and was really upset about his artworks being recklessly used among numerous people. So the Ghiblii artworks are actually the manifestation of this man's decades of hard work. And I understand that because it's actually a serious violation of one's creativity, which we are going to talk more in today's episode.
Right, and we're going to address the concerns surrounding AI image generation in the later part of the show. But going back to our focus, AI tools have become a one-stop shop for everything, whether you're writing, researching, coding, or composing music, and also, of course, creating images. But why do you think image generation has sparked such a huge reaction among users and also drawing in new users to these platforms?
Well, when everyone else is doing it, you just want to kind of
You don't want to
try it
fall
out,
back,
right?
yeah.
And then you automatically get curious about it. And literally, you would see everyone doing it. Your profile, your friend's profile on Kakao Talk has been changing, and most of the posts you see lately on the social media platforms are changing. They're all AI-generated images, especially Ghiblii style, including me. And for those who are not deeply involved in AI in their real lives, can also simply enter the world of AI. And unless you work in a certain field or a certain area where the AI can serve as an assistant, you wouldn't really need ChatGPT in your life in reality. But this image feature could serve as a great opportunity for anyone to enter the world of ChatGPT and get a hand-on experience. And you can say, hey, I've used ChatGPT and brag about it.
Right, and the steps to creating these images are very simple. You just have to upload your image and write a specific prompt, and then voila.
It's just okay, make this Ghiblii style.
Right.
That's all you need to do. You don't need to have this complicated code or anything, or you don't need to know the Photoshop. All you got to do is just tell them, change this to Ghiblii style.
Right, make a simple order.
Make it prettier. That's all you got to know.
And talk about Ghibliifications, Hanya. Why do you think this specific style has garnered so much attention?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. So in terms of aesthetics, the Ghiblii art style has a soft look, like an actual painting. It has warm lightings, expressive eyes, and detailed backgrounds. It makes people look charming and almost like a storybook.
Right.
It flatters the subject in a way that's cute without being too cartoony. It also has to do with social media platforms. Ghiblii versions of people look unique, but still recognizable. This makes them perfect for sharing the photo on social media. They stand out in the feed, and people actually love resharing their photos with others. So these days, people are quite reluctant to share their actual image without filters. But with Ghibliified versions, they can still upload their photos without exposing too much about their facial features.
Right, it's like as if they found a middle ground.
Yeah, it's really natural, actually.
It is, definitely. So to find out more about this AI generation, image generation craze, we also asked our viewers whether they've tried this feature and what they thought of their AI-generated images. And we're going to check out 3 of their responses. Our first response for this Monday is by Jack Thompson 8873. I have used AI to generate myself as an animated character. I really enjoyed it and was surprised by the accuracy as well. Madrify6701, I have tried it because I was bored at that time. Haha, it was interesting to see the transition and also AI's limitations. Big X6670, I haven't and don't think I ever will. Oh, most of the AI generated images I come across raise various copyright concerns, not only regarding Studio Ghiblii's work, but also about the images being reimagined. And we're going to talk about this once again in the latter part of the show. But before we do that, to broaden our perspective, we'll be connecting with a young person from Uzbekistan who's also been caught up in the AI art craze. We'll be back after a short break.
NewsGen wants to hear from you. Go to YouTube and search our channel Arirang News. Click Community and leave a comment down below. Make a new type of news with us.
Joining us today to discuss more is Madina Ghibliieva, a millennial from Uzbekistan. Welcome back to the show, Madina.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. So, Madina, we'd first like to ask you, have you also tried out image generating features offered by AI chatbots like ChatGPT? And we also want to ask you, do your friends also use this feature as well?
Okay. Thank you for having me today on Arirang TV.
All right.
So, I also used the ChatGPT images in Ghibli style or anime style. I like it very, very much. Not only me, my friends, and even my family, even my colleagues, they also use it to use ChatGPT images. It's really fun, fast, and creative, I think.
Right. Obviously, it's been a big hit in Korea, and then you and your friends, your family are using it in Uzbekistan as well. So, why do you think it's become such a big hit globally?
I think it's because of anyone create the unique and eye-catching image instantly just by tapping a prompt. And it's fun sometimes. Even it creates really fun photos, image, super easy to use, and perfect for viral content, creative projects, and professional tasks even. And its integration with ChatGPT made it even more accessible, turning imagination into visuals in seconds and democratizing art for everyone. Also, I think it became more famous because of social media such as Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. Many influencers and bloggers, they started to post their photos in Ghibli style, in anime style, so it became hit very fast.
On the flip side, did you have any hesitations when creating these AI-generated images? For instance, like concerns about copyright, privacy, or uploading personal photos?
Thank you for your question. Actually, yes. In the beginning, I did have some hesitations. I was especially concerned about privacy and how personal images or data might be stored or used. There is also the question of copyright, as you mentioned it earlier, like who owns the generated image or what happened if it unintentionally mimics someone else's work. These are important conversations happening around AI tools nowadays. And that said, once I learned more about how the system operates and the precautions in place, I felt more at ease to use it. But I still think that it's important to stay informed and use these tools thoughtfully.
Definitely. All right, Madina, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts today, and I hope you have a lovely week.
Thank you. Happy week.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
And as fun as these images are, some experts and artists and even users of these AI tools are now raising red flags, especially when it comes to copyright and style mimicry. So, Key, what are some main concerns surrounding these AI-generated images?
Obviously, you're saying the main problem would be the copyright issues, and Studio Ghiblii's work or any production they create is known for its unique color palettes, line styles, and characters, and so on. It's an expression of their creative spirit.
Right.
And it's just like Disney. You see the characters, you see their movements and the colors and characters, and you know right away it's Disney or it's Studio Ghibli. And if OpenAI is commercializing it, or simply if OpenAI is making money out of ChatGPT, out of these images, obviously it could be seen as a copyright violation. And also many people forget, if 700 million images have been created within a week, that means 700 images have been submitted to the data bank of OpenAI. Now, OpenAI has said that they will not be using the personal information, or they will not be leaking any personal information to the public, but any information gathered from the free or the basic subscription plan can be studied to improve the AI application.
Right.
And all the images brought in may not be reproduced or redistributed, but they can be analyzed in a pixel scale. So it can be very deeply learned to improve the AI application process, which again can bring a scary thought of the AI domination.
And once again, people are more worried because they are sharing personal photos of themselves. Then, Sang-hyuk, do we have any word on when it comes to copyright infringement or copyright in general regarding these images?
Yeah, so in 2023, Japan's Agency for Cultural Affairs stated in a report on AI and copyright that having a similar art style does not constitute copyright infringement. They explained that art style is considered more of an idea, which isn't protected under copyright law. OpenAI also clarified that their references are drawn from the overall style of the studio rather than any single individual, making it permissible. Additionally, to address concerns over copyright copyright infringement, they've implemented a system that refuses to generate images in the style of a specific animation studio.
So far, there seems to be no legal issue surfaced yet.
Right.
But we don't know because this technology is developing at a rapid speed. But we also want to take the time and discuss about the response from artists and studios whose styles are being echoed or arguably copied.
Right, Studio Ghibli, who by the way is very strict about their copyright issues, and but isn't really responding or saying anything officially yet. That maybe first of all, it could be a good, arguably, it could be a good marketing strategy because now everybody is using Ghibli style
And aware of Ghibli Studio.
Right, aware of Ghibli Studio. As second, even if we go on a legal pursuit, it's going to be hard to ask who's going to be responsible for it, the company or the AI application or the users. But Miyazaki Hayao, like as Hanya has mentioned, the founder and the director of Studio Ghibli, has strongly criticized AI-produced piece of work, saying that it's such an insult to his life of work, and that he would never use any AI-produced piece to his work. And I also love art and music, and I draw and make music, and AI can help. For example, the music, because there's a note and there's a certain pattern where if you, for example, copy, then you can clearly say, oh, this file is a copyright, right? But in terms of art, it's really hard to distinguish the person and the AI. So there needs to be a clear rule. And but when you think of the originality and the sense of the emotion, then obviously you do need human touch towards the end.
Right, because originality is kind of like the essence of every creative work.
Right.
What do you think, Sang-yeon?
Yeah, so Studio Ghibli is known for its relentless pursuit of detail and perfection. At one point, they famously spent a year and 3 months animating just a 4-second crowd scene in the film. So it's understandable that creators with such a deep commitment to craftsmanship might feel disheartened seeing AI-generated images being created and consumed so easily. The director of One Piece, a globally popular Japanese TV anime, even harshly criticized this trend, calling it an act that diminishes the value of Ghibli. And I strongly relate to the artist's discomfort since I'm also highly sensitive about this copyright infringement issues. Whenever I visit a forum for interpretation, there are often cases the audience is recording the voice of an interpreter without prior consent. And this is actually a violation of one's copyright. You have to either pay for the recording or not record at all. So if AI-generated images mimicking illustrators' work are widely used without any awareness, it will eventually make more people to be negligible about this idea of copyrights and one's hard work.
Right, so still a lot of room for discussion when it comes to copyright and also privacy. So ending off, the line between creative inspiration and imitation seems to be getting blurrier as technology advances at a breakneck speed. So how do you think we can strike a balance between embracing innovation and protecting original art and ideas?
Well, now AI has penetrated like everywhere in our lives.
Right.
Most of the financial transactions, including stocks or even coins, are processed without human work. And many services related to work, even customer responding team, will eventually be replaced by AI because it's cost effective. And even at Arirang, we have Ari as our news presenter. Many AI companies are now already moving on to the next step. First, with the legal issues, working with the government and law-related experts to figure out who's going to be responsible if something goes wrong and how they will respond to, is it going to be on a company scale or is it going to be the government scale? And also, very important issue is our ethical issue. Just like the copyright issue can both be legal and ethical issue. We just need to have a strict rules for any AI created or produced work or production that clearly differentiate the work from the AI and human and protect the work and labor by humans so we know the actual real value of it.
So ironing out any potential clashes or issues regarding the legal and ethical circle.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, so just as we've built norms and standards for writings, we need transparent and industry-wide standards for AI-generated art, such as disclosing when AI was used or avoid direct training on copyrighted materials without consent. Also, artists shouldn't be left on the sidelines.
Right.
The tools and systems should be co-created with them, and we need to offer licensing options for their style and provide credit when their work is referenced or mimicked. And also, finally, we need to keep celebrating human-made art, not just for its outcome, but for the story behind its creation. A 4-second Ghibli scene that took 15 months to animate that I mentioned earlier carries a soul that no AI-created image can replicate. That kind of work deserves ongoing recognition.
Right, so never taking anything for granted. And that's all we have for today's episode of News Generation, but we will be back tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Korea time. Special thanks to Ki Kim.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Im Sang-yeop.
It was lovely
Thank
coming
you.
today.
And to our viewers, thank you for starting your week with us, and we'll be waiting for you here tomorrow morning. We are News
News Generation.